And rob God. First of all, you can't rob God. It's impossible to rob God. Only thing that you can do is co-create with God. This is the source. This is the all. This is everything. This is just what it is. What I just said. It's all. Nothing exists outside of it. It says in Isaiah 45:7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all of these things. It didn't say some of these things. It said all of it. So I don't know why sometimes when something good happens to us, we say it's God. When something bad happens, we say it's the devil. It's all God. Deuteronomy 32:39. See thou that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither there is any that can deliver out of my hand. Nothing exists outside of God. But now the second sentence says, yet ye have robbed me. Who is he talking about then? Now, if he was talking about the God that's in the first sentence, the M in me, where it says, yet ye have robbed me, the M in me would be capitalized. No. What this is talking about is in Psalms 82:6-7. I say ye are gods, but you will die like men and fall like one of the princes. Notice the punctuation, notice the lowercase and the capitalization. This is going to help you understand Bible allegory much better and who exactly is it referring to. And then you have John 10:34. Is it not written in your law that I say ye are gods? It almost sounds like frustration. That ain't I told you one time? Didn't I write it down? I already told you one time that I said you are gods, but you're not listening, right? This is what I hear playing over and over and over in my head. So then it says in 1 Corinthians 3:16, your body is a temple of the living God, and the Spirit of God dwelleth within you. Then you have 1 Corinthians 3:23, and ye are Christ's, and Christ is God's. Now, when somebody say that you are God, it should automatically, wait, hold up. What does this mean that I am a God? What is it I can do? Because I must have missed the mark. What does it mean that I am a God? Why am I living from paycheck to paycheck if I'm a God? Why am I behind on my bills if I'm a God? Why I always stay frustrated if I'm a God, right? So the problem here is that the pastor has drawn a separation between you and God. And when you draw a separation, this is where you get the chaos, right? God and man is not separate, right? So then it says, but ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offerings. So the thing that you thought that you were tithing to God is not God that you were tithing to. That church that you're going to, that you're giving, that you think that you're tithing to, you're not tithing to God. You're not doing God's work. That pastor is robbing you, right? I remember back in 2000, when I was in the Army, I was stationed over Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and I went to this church, and the pastor there, in order for you to be a member of that church, you had to bring in a copy of your LES. And that LES, he would take it, look at it, and tell you right straight up, listen, this is exactly what it is that you need to give in tithes in this church. He said, make it very clear that you need to give 10% of the gross. And guess what? He was 100% right. You need to give 10% of the gross to God. Absolutely beyond a shadow. And you shouldn't be feeling any type of anxiety whatsoever, or worry or frustration, or worry about your next bill when you do give to God. But then the problem is that the pastor has made God something that exists outside of you. The pastor has taken the attention off of you and God. And those scriptures that I just pointed out, Psalms 82:6-7, John 10:34, 1 Corinthians 3:16, and 1 Corinthians 3:23. He's taken the attention totally off of that, right? Because he is after the tithe. But see, the reason why you have that anxiety when it comes time to give in church, you want to give $3 here and $4 here, the reason why you're not that excited that he's trying to get you cranked up to be, is because that spirit of discernment is kicking in. You're looking at what he's wearing. And the Bible says, judge not lest you be judged. So essentially, you can judge, but be careful now, because you're going to be judged too, right? It says, judge not lest you be judged first. For what measure you judge, we measure it right back to you, right? And then the Bible also says that it's okay to judge, but judge with righteous judgment. See, this is this intuition that's kicking in. You're looking at the pastor, what he's wearing, looking at that fancy watch he got. You know that the church is taken care of. You know that the pastor is getting a salary when Jesus worked. But now when I say Jesus, you automatically get this fictitious image in your head that Jesus is something that exists outside of you. Breaking the very first commandment, thou shalt have no other gods before thee. And who you are worshiping? Who? What? And don't even look like you, because you missed everything that I just said. So now you're looking at what the pastor wears, you're looking at what he's driving, you're looking at the house that he's living in, and you're looking at what his wife is wearing, what she's driving, and you're thinking, wait a minute, you start to come to these conclusions. My tithe is going towards taking care of the pastor. And then you have some people trying to wrestle like, you should want your pastor to live in a big, nice house, and you should want your pastor to have a nice car. Hell yeah, I want my pastor to have a nice car and a nice house. But guess what? I want you to have one too. I want to have a nice house and a nice car too. Right? Simple as that. But he's drawn a division. He's convinced you that God is something that exists outside of you, and that thing that you give. Let me tell you exactly what that tithe is for. The tithe is for, and then once you realize this, there is no anxiety about giving. The tithe is for the Lord's Prayer, our Father. And the tithe is for your higher self. Now, when you think about the Lord's Prayer, our Father, who's the Father? That's the all. Nothing exists outside of the all. I just explained it to you. Who art in heaven. Where is heaven? Luke 17:21 said, don't look here, look there, for the kingdom of heaven is within you. 1 Corinthians 3:16 says, your body is the temple of the living God, and the Spirit of God dwelleth within you. So where's heaven? So our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Holy is your name, worthy is your name, infinite is your name, great is, awesome is your name. All these good things, right? Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Now this is what the tithe is for. Thy kingdom come. Where's the kingdom? Within. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So the Lord's Prayer is about manifestation. You bringing that thing out of heaven, which is within your imagination, that good thing that you wish for yourself. This is what the tithe is for. The tithe is for the desires of your heart. The tithe is for those good things that you wish that you have for your family, your friends, that dream that you had when you was a kid. You want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a pediatrician, the big house that you want, the business that you want to start. This is what the tithe is for. So now when it comes time to tithe, now you know what the tithe is for. Now is there any anxiety? Now is there any hesitation? There should be complete excitement, because you know that by you tithing to God, the real God, your desires, your higher self, you know for a fact that this is one step closer for you getting that. And then in the midst of you giving this tithe, you know that you're going to school for this thing. You are studying. You have taken notes. You have prayed. You have meditated. You have done all these things in preparation of bringing that thing out of the kingdom of heaven here on earth. Because again, why is it that some people got their mansion here on earth, but you got to die to get yours? Who the hell convinced you that I have my mansion now in heaven? Right? We all know that song, right? This is what the tithe is for, the desires of your heart. But they separate. And here's the crazy thing. I can't hold the pastor 100% accountable for that, but he is definitely the majority of the problem. I also have to hold us accountable, because sometimes even this whole nation it says, ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. So what is he talking about? This is you deliberately tapping in that tithe unknowingly and giving it to any old thing out there, because everybody's after the tithe and the offering. Everybody is. Hell, Christmas just got a lot of the damn tithe, right? That fancy purse that you got is after the damn tithe, was after the tithe. Gucci after the damn tithe. Them Jordans was after the tithe. That's the purpose of all these commercials. Everybody's after the damn tithe and the offering. And you unknowingly just giving away. Because really, what is money? Money is time and energy. Money is what you had to go to school to learn a thing, or something that you just naturally, and you go spend your time, your effort, your energy on working and saving, and then you see this commercial saying that you need this, or you got to have this, or and the craziest thing that you can say to a person is that you ain't up on this, and here you go. Let me tell you something. Even when you get yourself in a jam, even your mama, if she gets herself in a jam, she ain't even entitled to the tithe, a part of the tithe. No, you better figure out some other way how to help her out, how to get yourself out of that jam. That tithe is for the kingdom of heaven. This is the kingdom. So then it says, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there be meat in mine house. And prove me now herewith, said the Lord of hosts, that I would open you up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Because again, you've been tithing for this thing that you've been dreaming about and meditating on. And when it comes time, you're not going to have to borrow. You're not going to have to beg. You're not going to have to worry about these high-ass interest rates because you have been tithing. Everybody's after the damn tithe. That wig you wearing is after the damn tithe. That lace front you got was after. That car that you drive that you can't afford was after the damn tithe. Everybody, Big Mac is after the damn tithe. The new sandwich there at whatever restaurant is after the damn tithe. Your spouse, your significant other is after the damn tithe. Everything is after the tithe, and you're missing it. You're missing it. So then it says, and I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes, and ye shall not destroy the fruits of your ground, neither shall your vine cast her fruit before the time in the field, said the Lord of hosts. I love that. So this is saying that because I have been tithing, I have been studying, I have been to school, I have been praying, I have been meditating, I've been doing all these things. I'm not going to launch this thing and take this tithe and launch this thing prematurely. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to know when the time is right. I'm going to know when it's ready. And then it says, and all the nations shall call you blessed, for ye shall be a delightsome land, said the Lord of hosts. It says that he will rebuke the devourer. So when that person come against you and try to swindle you out of this tithe, he's trying to pick your pocket, what your pastor's doing. It's not going to happen. You're going to see it. You're going to see it coming. Now that you know who the tithe is for, do you have any reservation? Is there any hesitation? Is there any angst whatsoever when it comes time to tithe? Shouldn't be. If it is, you got a problem.